Hello everyone! Welcome back once again to Teacher Harold TV. This is Teacher Harold. So, kumusta mga students? Ayan. So, sana okay pa kayo, no? Kasi nasa pang-ilang linggo na ng ating distance learning. Ayan. Dito pa rin tayo sa ating lesson for the Oral Communication and Context. For today's video ay pag-uusapan naman natin ang tungkol sa different types of speech according to delivery. Again, at the end of this video, may matutunan na naman kayo na pwede nyo magamit. Kahit nga, di ba, sabi ko, mahirap ang situation natin ngayon. Wala si teacher, wala si ma'am, wala si sir na pagtatanungan natin at mag-explain na kung ano mga dapat nating malaman. Okay, so let's go. So, meron actually apat na klase, no? There are four types of speeches according to delivery. We have the extemporaneous, we have impromptu, we have the manuscript reading, and the memorized speech. Okay, so for today's video, ang pag-uusapan natin ay tungkol sa extemporaneous speech muna. Ayan, para hindi masyadong mahaba, ano? So, isa-isahin natin yan. Kaya nga sabi ko, don't forget to click the subscribe and the notification bell para lagi kang updated sa mga bagong lessons natin. Patulong ang mga videos na ito para sa self-learning modules na meron kayo ngayon kasi naka-distance learning nga kayo. Ayan. So, I hope this video will help for you para mas maintindihan at mas maunawaan ninyo kung ano yung mga laman ng mga nasa modules na hawak ninyo ngayon. Right, so let's go on na with the first type of speech according to delivery. Sabi ko, we have the extemporaneous speech. Alright? So ano bang extemporaneous speech? This is actually one of the hardest type of speech na pwede nating gawin. Extemporaneous speech has speaking with limited preparation. Okay, so extemporaneous, sabi ko nga, with limited preparation, probably ibibigay ang topic sa iyo or ibibigay kung anong tungkol sa gagawin mong speech an hour before or a day before your presentation. Kaya you really have to be ready with what you are going to say and prepare it in a very quick moment. Alright? Mas mahaba naman ang preparation ng extemporaneous speech rather than the other type of speech na i-discuss natin mamaya, yung impromptu nga. Alright, so with extemporaneous speech, it is guided by notes or outline. So pwede kang magdala ng outline mo. So while preparing for your speech, pwede kang magsulat. So, what will be your introduction? Anong sasabihin mo sa introduction mo? How are you going to catch the attention of your audience? How are you going to to explain your thoughts in the body of your speech and how are you going to end it in your conclusion. So, meron kang time para mag-outline ng mga gusto mong sabihin. In your outline, dapat ay parang outline lang talaga siya. You could probably write your keywords doon sa kung ano yung pagkakasunod-sunod para hindi ka malito sa kung anong susunod mong sasabihin kapag nagsasalita ka na. But you cannot write your speech na buo. You can just have your outlines para lang may susundan ka at hindi ka malito kung ano, hindi ka mental block. Kasi you will be carrying your notes pag nasa stage ka na. You will be permitted to take a glance, tignan mo ng konti, ayan, saglit yung mga notes mo, kung ano yung nandun sa outline mo, kung ano nang sasabihin mo. Extemporaneous speech it is delivered conversationally. Though, sabi ko nga, you have your outline, but when you speak in front of your audience, you have to sound very conversational, na parang kinakausap mo lang sila, but then you are delivering your speech. You don't have to sound like robot there, na parang wala kang tinitignan, nakaganyan ka lang, nakatayo ka lang, nagsasalita ka, na dire-diretso, wala kang connection, wala kang eye contact with your audience. You're not building rapport with your audience, lalong kahit sa gestures man lang, So with extemporaneous speech, dapat it has to sound like conversational, it has to look conversational. Parang nag-uusap lang, but then you're delivering your speech. It is the most popular type of speech based on their deliveries. Ito po ang extemporaneous, pinaka-common na klase ng speech ito. Alright, so speaking situation po na extemporaneous speech is when you are a candidate for a post in let's say, student government organization, no? Parang kumakandidato ka. Let's say, you are running for SSG, president, parang ganyan. Or yung organization ng mga students, And then, you're going to deliver your speech. Ayan. So, ito po yung, isa sa mga, kung saan natin nagagamit itong extemporaneous speech. no? Kasi nga, you cannot write everything there. Hindi mo puwedeng isulat ang lahat ng sasabihin mo. If you're going to write your your speech, hindi na siya extemporaneous, no? Andun na siya sa isang classification ng speech natin, which is manuscript reading na nga. Alright, sa extemporaneous, sabi ko nga, you only have to have your outline and then you have to deliver it conversationally. Meron kang outline para tignan. Okay? Or let's say, for example, when your teacher asks you to have your report in front of your classmates, di ba? Pag nagre-report ka, yung topic mo, ayan, sometimes naglalagay tayo ng Manila paper and the PowerPoint presentations, di ba? Pero we have to make sure naman na when we make our PowerPoint presentations, we do not have to write everything. Minsan kailangan i-bullet type lang natin para yung mga sunod-sunod na bullet, yun lang yung magiging guide natin kung ano yung susunod na i-discuss natin. It doesn't necessarily it will not require you to write everything on your PowerPoint presentation, and you're not required to write everything in your Manila paper kapag nagre-report ka. Alright, so yun po yung situations, right, kung saan ginagawa ang isang extemporaneous speech. What are the advantages of this extemporaneous speech? Bakit siya maganda, ano? First is, it will help you look confident. Okay, it will help you look confident. Bakit? Kasi you have your notes You have your PowerPoint presentation. You have your Manila paper to guide you kung ano na ang susunod na sasabihin mo, kung ano na ang susunod na i-discuss mo. Alright? Hindi ka mawawala. Kaya nga, when you write your outline, you have to make sure na ikaw ang gumawa, ikaw ang nag-draft ng outline mo para alam mo kung ano yung susunod mong pagkakasunod-sunod na mga i-discuss mo. So, it will look you confident. Hindi ka mabablanko, hindi ka ma-mental block kasi you have there your outlines. Pagkatapos mo ma-discuss itong bullet na to, okay, number mo siya, di ba? Number 1, okay, di-discuss ko introduction. Let's say, for example, you're going to talk about education. Ayan. So, number 1, ilalagay mo history of education. Okay, so, dapat may alam ka sa history of education pag na-discuss mo na. Number 2, mga prominent people in the field of education. Number 3, the educational system in the Philippines. Number 4, the educational system in your, let's say, in your province. Kanya. So, meron kang right after the first topic, meron ka kaagad titignan kung ano yung sunod. Right? With that, you will be confident, you will not, parang hindi ka mawawala sa moment mo na nagsasalita kasi alam mo na, hindi ako mawawala kasi may hawak akong kopya, may outline ako kung anong susunod kong sasabihin. One of the advantage also of extemporaneous is engages the audience. Paano? Kasi nga po, in extemporaneous speech, sabi ko nga, you have to deliver it conversationally. Alright? So, kailangan mo silang, parang kinakausap mo sila. With that, parang with building rapport with your audience, it will not, it will engage your audience to listen to you, di ba? That is a very good way on how you catch their attention. Kasi we all know for a fact that speaking in front of an audience is never an easy task, di ba? Unang-una dahil sa kaba na nararamdaman natin. Pangalawa, it's very hard to please people. It's very hard to catch attention. Lalong-lalo na kung may mga barriers yan. Lalong-lalo na yung mga emotional barriers, attitudinal barriers sa mga audience natin. It's really hard to engage in conversation with them if you will be the speaker. Kaya nga, to be an effective speaker in extemporaneous speech, you have to make sure that when you deliver your speech, it has to sound conversational. Kausapin mo sila, build rapport with your audience. Kung small group man yan, or probably public yan, na kaya mo pa namang i-manage ang mga feedbacks, i-ask them questions, but doesn't necessarily mean na kailangan hintayin, di ba? Kailangan mo hintayin yung mga sagot nila. No, you just ask them questions for them to process, for them to answer by themselves, just to build rapport, na parang andyan sila, na kinakausap mo sila, they are part of your speech, kasama sila dun sa kung ano ang gusto mong sabihin. Disadvantage of extemporaneous speech is may not have adequate time to plan, organize, and rehearse. Ayan naman. Kaya nga, di ba sabi ko, ibibigay sa'yo yung topic, meron ka lang siguro mga a couple of hours to prepare for your topic. So, you will not have adequate time to plan kung anong sasabihin mo. But then, ang technique, when you are going to make an extemporaneous speech, once the topic was given to you, don't forget to have the ABC or 1, 2, 3. First, introduction, body, conclusion. That will be your outline. Tandaan nyo yan, yan na magiging outline nyo lagi pag gagawa kayo ng extemporaneous. Pag sinabing topic sa inyo, let's say for example, premarital sex, ganyan, divorce, mga ganon. Okay, 1, 2, 3. 1 will be your introduction, 2 will be your body, 3 will be your conclusion. And with your introduction, ayan, magkaroon ka ng 1.1. Ano ang sasabihin mo doon sa introduction mo na una? 1.2, ano yung pangalawa? So on and so forth with your body and conclusion. Ganon. Now, don't forget the intro, body, conclusion pag gumagawa po kayo ng extemporaneous speech. No, that's one of the techniques na pwede natin gawin para hindi tayo malito, para hindi tayo mahirapan sa pag-deliver ng speech natin. Tips, yun nga. First is create an outline. Yun nga sinasabi ko sa inyo, intro, body, conclusion. Organize your points logically. How can we organize our thoughts logically? Yun, you have probably to start with the most important down to the least important or vice versa. No? Yun po, alam na pinaka-importante man. Parang at least there is an organization with your thoughts. Hindi yung halo-halo kung ano yung sinasabi mo, ano. Or probably it could be from the least important to the most important, from the most important to the least important. Pwede kang magkaroon ng scale mo, macro to micro, parang gano'n. From international level down to local level, kung ano yung gusto mo i-discuss. Okay, another tip is use facts and real-life experiences as your example. Yung hashtag relate ang mga tao. Yun yung mga examples mo dapat. Yung talagang nararanasan ng karamihan sa atin. With that, makaka-relate sila sa iyo, sa sinasabi mo. Magiging conversational yung speech mo. That's why it's very necessary that you have to make your examples real life experiences. Kung madami kang experience sa buhay, kung yung topic na napunta sa iyo ay meron ng kaganapan or experience na nangyari sa iyo, you relate your own experience para doon sa speech na yon. Manage your time well. One of the tips as well, manage your time well, no? Let's say binigyan ka ng 15 minutes to talk. Ilang minutes ang ibibigay mo para sa introduction mo, ilang minutes ang ibibigay mo para sa body mo, ilang minutes ang ibibigay mo para sa conclusion mo. Alright? Para dapat masabi mo lahat ng gusto mong sabihin bago pa tumunog yung bell. Bago pa masabihin ng judges, bago pa sabihin ni teacher na time's up. Dapat nasabi mo na yung gusto mong sabihin. In a very short time, a short period of time, dapat ma-manage mo yung oras mo na yun. Another, last tip will be rehearse and rehearse. Practice makes perfect. Diba? So, mag-rehearse ka na mag-rehearse, making extemporaneous speech, you could probably ask your classmate or your classmates, your friends to give you topic, ayan, tapos bigyan ka ng example, kunyari, ang bubunot ka, papasulatin mo sila ng kung anong topic sa'yo, and then, yun, try mong gawan ng extemporaneous. With that, if you're going to practice, lagi kang masasanay ka, you will get used to it, then delivering an extemporaneous speech will not be a problem anymore to you. I hope you learned something from our discussion today. So that will be all, and I'll see you again on our next video. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Darling, just hold on.